Today we are talking task management in Tarkov, especially when you start to get up into that level 15, 20, 25 range, you start to accumulate a lot of tasks, and Tarkov, as we all know, doesn't really spell out exactly what you need to do for your tasks. So you usually go to the wiki, find out what you have to do, and then go on a raid and try to do it. Now let's say you build up a lot of tasks and you maybe take a break, 3 or 4 day break, and when you jump on again and be like, oh, what do I have to do for this task again? Open up the wiki, look at it again, and then go into raid, and hopefully you'll be able to get that task done. But if you don't, a couple days later, you might have to revisit the wiki to find out. Well, I have a solution for that I've been using, and it works out really nice. You can set it up in your hideout, and then you can also utilize it when you're in a raid too. So I'll show you all of that. So why don't we just get in it? So there's a couple ways here of viewing your tasks, right? You can go to your dealers, go to the individual ones, see what the tasks are, or when you go into your character, you have this task tab at the top, and this displays all of the tasks that you currently have. And over here on the right, you have this notes option. If you go ahead and click in here, you can see that I have already created some notes, and I'll show you this first one I set up for miscellaneous, just for any sort of miscellaneous quests that don't pertain to any sort of location. I like to sort mine mainly by location, and it's been a little bit since I completed some tasks, so some of them are probably out of date, so I figured it'd be a good time to update these, and then also show you guys a little bit of how I manage my tasks in Tarkov. So this first one is going to be for woods, and as you can see here, I don't have a section for woods, so I'll show you how to create that. We just click here, add note, and your first part of your text, we're gonna your note, we're gonna label it woods, and that'll give us that label. So if we save it, we'll have our woods label here, and just click here on the right to edit, to add anything. And here we need 15 scavs on woods. I have 11 of them, so we can just go down a little bit and say 4 scavs on woods, or just 4 scavs, right? Just 4 scavs, and save it. And then something like this in customs, we did this one, and see, this is where it's really nice. We already did this quest where you have to go in the train car and get information about the deputy's past life. But it's nice here that you can add this additional text that's not in the quest that you can find on the wiki to help you figure out where that was. So we can do this for this customs one. So I already completed that one, so we'll get rid of it. And if you read here, we have to find something valuable in dorms 203, but the quest is called Shaking Up Teller. So if we go to the wiki and we pull up Shaking Up Teller, we get information about the quest and how to complete it. And then under here, we have a nice little notes section that tells you that you need to get the dorm room key 203. This is required, and you have to get the bank case. And it tells you here that the bank case is under the bed. So going back to our note, we can say grab bank case under bed, dorm 203, right? And then I think that was on 2-story, right? Second floor of 3-story dorm. So you can even put that in here, right? So 3-story dorms. So now hit save. If you're planning on going to, I have some customs, I want to go there. You can click here, and you can click on this edit, and it'll bring up, and now you know exactly where you have to go and what you have to grab and where you have to grab it at. So it's a really nice feature to especially, like I said, if you're casual, to keep track of your quests. Even here on woods, we have, get rid of this line. We have the secure folder, right? We get that in the in those little huts, right? So pick up secure folder in huts by what's that, lumber, right? Lumber mill. And then I know that I'm not gonna want to hand this into therapist. I want to hand it into skier. So here I'll just note that, right? So then it's something that I've already researched, and so I put this note in here so it's something I don't forget. And then we can go down and do this, but I will jump into, and even here we can only have 2 more. We're going to this miscellaneous, 2 more. I already, nope, those are all good. So you get the idea. You can do it, go down for your interchange. I have one for interchange, shoreline. I don't know. Yeah, see, shoreline is not even updated. So we'll go in here, and then we know we want to run over the dead bodies, right? At cottages. Where is this? Pier and outside of the resort. So this gives me an idea of what I need to do, right? So I will show you really quick going into an offline raid. So if we go into an offline raid in customs, reload in, you can see that you can bring up that same list. And which is the nice part, is that you don't have to alt tab into the wiki. Some people might not have that second monitor to make it easier to alt tab, or if your game runs slower, you know, in windowed mode and you're playing at full screen, you have this option to maybe just go hide in a corner or go jump in a bush, or if you feel safe, just open your task, read where you need to go, and then you're done. So I just loaded into an offline raid. So we can go here and open up our, you know, usually by default, it opens up to your gear, right? You can click on tasks here, and then you have your notes. Click on customs, and now you know exactly what you have to do or where you have to go. If you can't remember if it was 3-story dorms or 2-story dorms that you have to go to, exactly what room it was. You have all that information right here for you. So it's pretty nice, pretty helpful. And a few things that I've noticed about this, these stay, there's no sort for them. They stay in the order that they're created. And I really like to have my miscellaneous on top. So now that I just created the woods one, something I would do is I would come in here and I would delete this, say add note, add my miscellaneous back, and then what was it, like shooter born, right? I got to do that, and I know I have to grab 3 of those stinking GPUs still, right? So hit save, and now your miscellaneous is on top. It's just preference how you want them sorted, but just remember the newly created notes will be at the top, and they don't resort. Even if you go in here and you change something, I think I have to find the manifest, right? If you change it, it still stays in the same order. And then also there is a search function here. The search function does not seem to do anything. I cannot search for, you know, my main heading. It does nothing here. And even if I search for something in the text scav, it doesn't seem to do anything. So you cannot utilize a search as of now. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Hopefully it will help a lot of people get some little bit of organization for your tasks when they start to become more overwhelming and you don't know them by heart. And then hopefully eventually this does help you then memorize it. So next wipe, maybe you don't have to utilize those notes as much, or maybe utilize them for something different. If you think of any other use for the notes, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are, or if you do use the notes, what exactly do you use them for. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, hitting that bell icon to get notified of my upcoming videos. And as usual, I appreciate your support.